Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 16, how Parikshit received the age of Kali, text number 8 onwards. Na kaschin mriyate tavad yavadast ihantakah etad artham hi bhagwan nahutah param rishibhi aho nrilok piyet haririla mritum vachaha. As long as Yamraj, who causes everyone's death, is present here, no one shall meet with death. The great sages have invited the controller of death, Yamraj, who is the representative of the Lord. Living beings who are under his grip should take advantage by hearing the deathless nectar in the form of this narration of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So Shonak Rishi and others are discussing with Sut Goswami that as long as Yamraj is here with us and relishing the Krishna Katha, no one will die over here. So you please continue with the Krishna Katha. Every human being dislikes meeting death, but he does not know how to get rid of death. The surest remedy for avoiding death is to accustom oneself to hearing the nectarian pastimes of the Lord, as they are systematically narrated in the text of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is advised herein, therefore, that any human being who desires freedom from death should take to this course of life as recommended by the rishis headed by Shaunak. So every human being, well, the conditioned human beings, they dislike death. Why people hate death? Why they are afraid of death? Because they don't know after leaving this body how they will continue with their sense gratification or their enjoyment. Because they think after this body we don't know what is going to happen, so might as well enjoy as much as we can here. So if death comes, means this sense enjoyment will be gone. And because they don't know or they don't believe in the process of reincarnation, they say, oh, it's going to be over, how am I going to enjoy? And moreover, if they are really sinful and they have some inclination or some understanding of scripture, they know they're going to hell after death. So that's why they are afraid of death. But what is death exactly? Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu sarvharash chaham. In the form of death, I take away everything. Whatever we have collected so painstakingly, so worked so hard for everything, we have collected in terms of relations, in terms of property, in terms of knowledge, education, beauty, health, whatever we have collected, everything will be taken away. Every single thing. So the soul, when the soul leaves the body, although the body and the body relationships, everything is there, but soul cannot enjoy that anymore. Soul cannot have any relationship with it anymore. So that is death. So what if a soul, understanding that this is going to happen, understanding that I am part and parcel of Krishna, I am related to, I have my eternal relationship is with Krishna. So he develops that relationship, he develops that attachment. So naturally, the material attachment will go away. Even though the things will be there, relations will be there, but the attachment won't be there. Because his attachment has become transcendental now. He has spiritual attachment with Krishna. So in a sense, that is also death. Because we are the person who's attached to Krishna, he's Socially, materially, he is dead, as good as dead, because he has no interest whatsoever in this. So that's why it is recommended is we should die before dying. Die before dying means before we leave this material body, we should get completely detached from the body and the bodily relations, bodily achievements, everything. And that will only happen if we are attached with Krishna. If we are attached to Krishna, attached to hearing his name, attached to chanting his name, attached to preaching, glorifying his name, then we have basically, socially, we are dead because there is nothing in this world for us. So this is what Prabhupada is writing. The surest remedy for avoiding death. Nobody can avoid death. Everybody has to die. The die means the leaving the material body. That death everybody has to go through. But the other death means if we die the other way, Prabhupada is saying by hearing the nectarian pastimes of the Lord, as they're systematically narrated in the text of Srimad Bhagavatam, then we are socially dead anyway. So so that time it doesn't matter whether we are in this body or not this body. Hardly matters then. So it is advised here and therefore that any human being who desires freedom from death should take to this course of life as recommended by the rishis headed by Shaunak. In fact, there is an example of a sage, or there is a story like Jatak Katha, the tale that there's a sage, he was going with his disciple in a city. So four people came to see him. There were one first who came was Prince, and Prince came to see, and he said, Maharaji, give me some benediction. And Sage told him, let me remember everything correctly. Sage told the prince, may you live forever. Okay, prince was very happy. And then they went further, a butcher came. Butcher asked for benediction. Sage told him, you live or die, it doesn't matter. Now the disciple, he was getting bewildered. What is this happening? Then they went further. A brahmachari came, very nice brahmachari. Then he asked for the benediction. Sage said, may you die immediately. Now the disciple was really he was going crazy. What is this happening? And then they went further. A Vaishnav devotee came and he paid obeisances. Sage said, no, okay, to him the sage said, live or die, doesn't matter. But to the butcher, I think he said, don't live, don't die. Yeah. To the butcher, he said, don't live, don't die. And to the devotee, he said, live or die, doesn't matter. Now the disciple was completely, he was gone crazy. What is this happening? So he was completely bewildered. He asked his Guruji, well, Guruji, why did you give four different benedictions to four different people? She said, see, the first time when the prince came, Prince was young, he was enjoying his life, but he was committing so many sinful activities. So I gave him the benediction, may you live forever. Why? Because as soon as he dies, he's going to go to hell because he is committing so many sins. So it's better let him enjoy because he is going to go to hell anyway. Okay. He said, then when the butcher came, Sage said the butcher is engaged in so many sinful activities, killing poor animals. So that's why I gave him the benediction. What was the benediction Sage gave him was, don't live, don't die. Because while living, you're committing so many sins. And when you die, All these animals you have killed, they're going to take revenge. They're going to kill you. So his life is worthless, and his death is also worthless. Okay, then he said, why did you give the benediction to a nice brahmachari? May you die immediately. What kind of benediction is that? He said, the brahmachari, he was very nicely engaged in service of the Lord. But I could see that he will get entangled with some women later on. So that's why I gave him the benediction, may you die immediately. So, because right now he hasn't done any sinful activity. So if he dies immediately, he'll go back to the spiritual world. And then the disciple asked, why did you give the benediction to a devotee that live or die doesn't matter? She said, because Vaishnav, he's sitting here, he's doing his nice bhajan, he's serving the Lord, and after death, he's again going to do the same thing. He's going to do nice katha and nice service of the Lord. So to him, it doesn't matter whether he's living in this body or not living in this body. It's the same for him. So that's why the devotees, they're actually not afraid of death. Not that because Yamraji is a Mahabhagat, is a Mahajan. Of course he is, but that's not the reason. The reason is that they're not afraid. That they know there's after death, they're gonna just continue doing with the same service. Maybe different body, but the same service will go on. So they are happy. They're always happy. So that's why they're not afraid of death. And Prabhupada has given the nice thing that one who takes to systematically hear the pastimes of Krishna narrated in the text of Srimad Bhagavatam can surely avoid death. Means avoid the pain of death. Because for a devotee, it hardly matters which body he is in. He will continue with the same services. Text 9. मंदस्य मंद प्रज्ञस्य वयो मंदायुषश्च वै निद्रया ह्रियते नक्तं दिवा च व्यर्थ कर्मभिः. Lazy human beings with paltry intelligence and a short duration of life pass the night sleeping and the day performing activities that are for naught. The less intelligent do not know the real value of the human form of life. The human form is a special gift of material nature in the course of her enforcing stringent laws of miseries upon the living being. It's a chance to achieve the highest boon of life, namely, to get out of the entanglement of repeated birth and death. The intelligent take care of this important gift by strenuously endeavoring to get out of the entanglement. But the less intelligent are lazy and unable to evaluate the gift of the human body to achieve liberation from the material bondage. They become more interested in so-called economic development and work very hard throughout life simply for the sense enjoyment of the temporary body. Sense enjoyment is also allowed to the lower animals by the law of nature, and thus a human being is also destined to a certain amount of sense enjoyment according to his past or present life. But one should definitely try to understand that sense enjoyment is not the ultimate goal of human life. Herein it is said that during the daytime one works for nothing because the aim is nothing but sense enjoyment, which again is temporary and again it doesn't give the full pleasure. We can particularly observe how the human being is engaged for nothing in the great cities and industrial towns. There's so many things manufactured by human energy, but they're all meant for sense enjoyment and not for getting out of material bondage. And after working hard during the daytime, a tired man either sleeps or engages in sex habits at night. That is a program of materialistic civilized life for the less intelligent. Therefore, they are designated herein as lazy, unfortunate, and short-lived. So this is our whole program actually. Or at another place, Bhagavatam only, it says, Nidra hriyate naktam vyavayan chavavya diva charte hayarajan kutumba bharanenva. Means night for a materialistic person, night is passed in sleeping or engaging in sense, engaging in personal sense enjoyment. And daytime diva charte haya rajan. Charte means diva. The daytime is busy. He's busy in making money and taking care of his family. This is it. This is the whole program of human beings these days. And in Kali Yuga, when we come to 12th canto, we'll see the symptoms of Kali Yuga. It is said that one who successfully maintains his family, who has provided for family, towards the end of his life, he thinks, I was very successful. I lived my life properly because I provided for my family. That's all. And that's why the sages, I mean, they get very compassionate towards human being, especially of Kali Yuga. What are they doing? Why are not they progressing on the path of self-realization? Because people in Kali Yuga have no interest, none whatsoever, on this path. Handful of people only will try to get on the path of self-realization, and out of those, only handful will come to perfection. Because people have lost faith, lost interest, they're just busy doing other things. Text 10. Sutuvacha yada parikshit kuru jangaleyavasat kalim pravishtam nij chakravartite nishamya varta manti priyam tatah sharasanam samyug shondiradade. Sud Goswami said, while Maharaj Parikshit was residing in the capital of the Kuru Empire, the symptoms of the age of Kali began to infiltrate within the jurisdiction of his state. When he learnt about this, he did not think the matter very palatable. This did, however, give him a chance to fight. He took up his bow and arrows and prepared himself for military activities. The state administration of Maharaj Parikshit was so perfect that he was sitting in his capital peacefully. But he got the news that the symptoms of the age of Kali had already infiltrated into the jurisdiction of his state, and he did not like the news. So this is Maharaj Parikshit. What are the symptoms of age of Kali? They are illicit connection with women, indulgence in meat eating, intoxication, and taking pleasure in gambling. So this is practically all over the world. This is going on. But the government, they make money out of it. So they say they promote all these four things. In fact, they say this is the only way to make money. Put more taxes. Because people cannot stop from doing these four activities. So more they put taxes on it, more people do it, and then government makes more money out of it. The age of Kali literally means the age of quarrel, and the above mentioned four symptoms in human society are the root cause for all kinds of quarrel. Maharaj Parikshit heard that some of the people of the state had already taken to those symptoms, and he wanted to take immediate steps against such causes of unrest. This means that at least up to the regime of Maharaj Parikshit, such symptoms of public life were practically unknown. And as soon as they were slightly detected, he wanted to root them out. And if today, if some king or some leader wants to do that, there will be so much of opposition. Maybe opposition parties, the public, or everybody will come on the street. Oh no, this is our right. This is, we have to have our independence. There is no independence in this country. And this and that, the news media will be showing all this. But this is not independence. This is like we have the independence of going to hell, so we are choosing that independence. We are choosing that right. The news was not palatable for him, but in a way it was, because Maharaj Parikshit got a chance to fight. There was no need to fight with small states because everyone was peacefully under his subordination. But the Kali Yuga miscreants gave his fighting spirit a chance of exhibition. A perfect Kshatriya king is always jubilant as soon as he gets a chance to fight, just as a sportsman is eager when there is a chance for sporting match. It's no argument that in the age of Kali such symptoms are predestined. If so, then why was the preparation for fighting out such symptoms? So Kali Yuga means full of these faults, full of these symptoms. So why Maharaj Parikshit wanted to fight? Such arguments are offered by lazy and unfortunate men. In the rainy season, rain is predestined, but yet people take precautions to protect themselves. So it is predestined. It is a symptom. It's gonna happen, but we can still protect ourselves. Of course, we cannot protect the whole world, but at least we can protect ourselves and some people that we can preach to. We can protect them. Similarly, in the age of Kali, the symptoms, as above mentioned, are sure to infiltrate our social life. But it's a duty of the state to save the citizens from the association of the agents of the age of Kali. Maharaj Parikshit wanted to punish the miscreants indulging in the symptoms of Kali and thus save the innocent citizens who were put in habit by culture of religion. It's a duty of the king to give such protection, and Maharaj Parikshit was perfectly right when he prepared himself to fight. So it's the duty of the state, it's the duty of the government, of the administration to give proper protection to all of its citizens and at the same time give them a chance to make progress on the path of dharma, on the path of bhakti. But it's Kali Yuga, so everything is topsy-turvy. So at least those who know it, they should take it up seriously. Text 11. Swalankritam Shyamaturyang Yojitam Ratham Mrigendra Dhvajam Ashutah Pura Vrito Rathashva Dvipate Yuktya Swasenya Digvijaya Nirgataha. Maharaj Parikshit sat on the chariot drawn by black horses. His flag was marked with the sign of a lion. Being so decorated and surrounded by charioteers, cavalry, elephants, and infantry soldiers, he left the capital to conquer in all directions. Maharaj Parikshit is distinguished from his grandfather Arjun, for black horses pulled his chariot instead of the white horses. So Arjun had white horses, it's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and Maharaj Parikshit, his chariot was driven by black horses. He marked his flag with the mark of a lion, and his grandfather marked his with the mark of Hanumanji. A royal procession like that of Maharaj Parikshit, surrounded by well-decorated chariots, cavalry, elephants, infantry, and band, not only is pleasing to the eyes, but also is a sign of civilization that is aesthetic, even on the fighting front. So Maharaj Parikshit went with all his army to, to fight with Kali personified. So I guess we can stop here. See anybody's any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, what is this meaning of infantry soldiers? I did not get it.
Infantry.
Why infantry?
Oh, infantry means those who walk on foot. They are like chariot. Those who go on chariot, those who go on elephants, those who go on horses, and those who walk on foot.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Dandapanam.
Prabhuji, I have one question not from this chapter though, the previous one wherein the Pandavas left timely. In fact, I was hearing to the recording as well for the second time yesterday. Just
Mhm.
one thought came to mind when we went to
Badrinath.
Badrinath ji. So we went to Saraswati river as well. So
Mhm.
there as well some pastimes were narrated as in Bhimji pulled that stone and they left. So they had gone there, all the Pandavas, including Draupadi, Maharani, for leaving the body. So are these things then after they left the home, so they had gone to Badrika Ashram and Badrinath ji?
Yeah, I've heard both those stories, but Bhagavatam describes little differently. So I don't know how to reconcile. Maybe Mahabharat can tell us more in more detail if you study Mahabharat.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Guru. So I guess you all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.